All right, dude and dudettes. We have a nice little show today. Make sure we are live. Yes, we are live and ready to go. Welcome everybody to the Nintendo Daily Drop. This is brought to you by DarthSpriggan by way of DarthSpriggan Media, and this is your daily dose of all the Nintendo news you need to hear about every single day. We have a nice lineup set for you today. Sit back and relax, grab yourself something to eat, some coffee, something to drink, because at the end of this live, we're going to enjoy the Metroid Prime 4 review from Digital Foundry. It's about a 20-minute video. Thank God they only kept it at 20 minutes. It's not that normal 45-minute video, or we wouldn't be watching that bad boy. But yeah, let's get started with the news. We got a lot of stuff to cover today. First thing is first, My Nintendo News has released their review of Metroid Prime 4. They gave it a drum roll 8 out of 10. They gave it an 8 out of 10. They pretty much like the game. So this seems like this is pretty much what people are saying the game is. A lot of the reviews are really docking the game for having this open world with not much going on in it, not much life. What up, Ron? Good morning. This is Metroid Prime 4 Beyond. We will be enjoying a 20-minute review of this game at the end of this show. Grab yourself something. That's right, daily drop time. What's up, Evan? Yes, this is going to be a long one, though. Like I said, at the end of this live, we will be taking a look at the 20-minute Digital Foundry review. So sit back and relax and chill. So, but yeah, that's one review that's in the books from My Nintendo Life. They gave it an 8 out of 10, but we also got other sites that have been giving their reviews. IGN gave it an 8 out of 10. I'm shocked it's not at least a 9. Game Informer gave it an 8.75. Games Radar, and here go all the clickbait sites. Games Radar, yeah, 8 out of 10 for Metroid Prime 4. Yes, yep. IGN gave it 8 out of 10. Game Informer, can you guys see the screen? Oh yeah, you can see it. Yeah, Game Informer 8.75 out of 10. Games Radar gave it a 3.5. Eurogamer gave it a 3. Shack News gave it a 9 out of 10. Destructor. So it seems like the UK, they're not happy. They're not happy with the game. But honestly, for what people say this game was going to be a few months ago, these reviews are better than what I expected it to be. All in all, these are all the reviews that we've seen so far. So we're going to wait for the GameSpot review. No, actually, I think GameSpot gave it they gave it 8 out of 10 as well. So if GameSpot gave it 8 out of 10, that means the game is in good hands, ladies and gentlemen. I think we're gonna be okay. I think we're gonna be okay. So these are the reviews that we see so far. So let's take a look at this. Oh my God. I'm already freezing early into the live. Oh my God, I gotta fix this, man. This is so freaking annoying with these ads trying to come through. Oh man, thank you so much for the resub, man. I appreciate that, bro. I appreciate that, man. Thank you so much, man, for that. We will be moving on here in a second. It always does this. Resub. But anyway, the bottom line is, based on all the FUD and all the nonsense and all the videos that I've been seeing on YouTube, people just hating on the game, the reviews are turning out to be better than I expected them to be, because, hey, man, people were saying this game was going to be a complete disaster and dud. So I apologize, guys. I don't know what the hell is going on here. This is completely frozen. Okay. Yeah, man,
Rix has correctly joined the channel.
There we go. All right, everything's coming through. Okay, now, also, This is a big Metroid stream. You got a lot of the Nintendo Switch Online icons added. I'm getting every last one of these. They thought, yeah, yes, a lot of people thought that. A lot of people thought it was going to be a bust. And mainly because the Nintendo Direct video really brought a lot of negative news on the game and a lot of negative, yeah, it's insane. It was crazy. But then again, here we go. Nintendo Switch Online icons. Icons are available. Can you guys hear me okay? Just want to make sure y'all can hear me. Is the audio fine? Yeah. Oh, okay. So you guys can hear me. All right, good. Loud and clear. All right. Nintendo Switch Online icons are available for Zero Mission and Metroid 2. So that what they do on Nintendo Switch, if you play these games for a few seconds, you have the ability to unlock and buy all these online icons. It is about time that these icons are showcased on my Nintendo account. It's been Mario for a long time, but we got to put Samus up there.
Do you know Benjamin Franklin? Better known as Frank? I like Skittles.
Oh my God, what is he talking about? Here we go, Evans. Here we go. All right. So this other person here, next article, played the latest version of Elden Ring on the Switch too. I have no idea, bro. You remember yesterday, man. You know how it is, man, online, man. People got to say stuff sometimes. Some of the stuff just don't make any sense. But yeah, Elden Ring. Let's look at this for a second. Let's see what it's running like on the Switch 2. This is the latest build. Here we go. I had to turn down my mic there for a second. My headset is blaring. So this is a recent game show that it was at. No, I never beat him. I never got past Margaret. It's embarrassing, I know. I never got past Margaret, man. I'm gonna try it again though. Yeah, she was a serious skill check for me. I will. I'm gonna get it on the Switch 2, man. I'm gonna get it on the Switch 2 and go through it. I know it is. But Margaret was tough, man. Yeah, I'm gonna get it for the Switch 2. I know I will. I know I will, man.
What's your opinion on Peat Incorporated cutting down the Amazon forest?
I have no idea what you're talking about, sir. This is a video game live stream. I have no idea what you mean by that. Yeah, exactly. That's one of the main reasons why I'm getting it. Did he just die? And Ron, the Tarnished Edition is all this new content that they added into the game that's going to release on all the platforms. So the Tarnished Edition was going to be exclusive to the Nintendo Switch, a time exclusive for probably like 6 months or whatever they originally planned. This is going to bring old players back into the game as well. Margaret's range, bro. But you know what? I wasn't playing the class I normally would play in games like this. I'm going to be a mage this time. I'm going to play a mage. I did sword and board, which I usually don't play melee characters, to be honest with you. I was kind of out of my zone. Wow, guys, this looks pretty smooth. Ron, can I start out as a mage though? From the beginning of the game? Oh wow, he's on a horse. Okay, good. Oh, okay. Well, I guess I just have to be a better mage at that point.
C'ho la borsa. Perché volevo prendere anche la scritta.
Adesso lo prendo.
Is that Margaret? Is this the one I got stuck on right here? Yeah, this is the fight right here, bro. I couldn't get past this right here. Yep, this is the one right here. The range on this goddamn boss is ridiculous, bro. Yes, this is the one right here. This is why I got stuck. Couldn't beat it. No, I did not. I did not use a summon. I went one-on-one with the great one right here. Yep, just that leap, You have to time that just right. You hit me with that so many times, bro. Wow, what does it summon mean? I don't know what that is. I see it on the screen, so what is that? Is that a character? I mean, a player, or? Oh shit! I didn't know anything about that. Man, I must say, man, that looks pretty smooth. I must say, unbelievable. Wow, good job. Good job, guys. From Software is cleaning that game up. It looks better than it did at PAX West when I played it. Yeah, it looks pretty smooth. I mean, it got the smoothness on it. Now, I don't know how the textures look when it's on your screen, but I mean, if it runs like that, that's good. All right, next, Yakuza Kiwami is more than just a remake. It will contain major hints on the series' future. So when you go through this game, it's going to have other things in this game other than it just being a remake, actually. So they saying when you play through it, you're going to see where they're taking the series. It's not just a money, I guess they're trying to say it's not just a money grab, that it's going to be worth it to go through the game again and worth it to go through the DLC. And the Dark Ties DLC is one of the darkest stories in the series history. So look forward to that. This is coming out here real soon. I think that's in March that you'll be able to play through this. So Yakuza Kiwami 3 is coming out for all the platforms. A remaster of that freaking game, which is going to probably be really incredible. All right, UK charts is here. We always look at their top 40 here on Alive. And surprisingly enough, Kirby Air Riders didn't even make the top 40. That is insane that game didn't even reach the top 40. Like, okay, let's look at number 40. That has to be nonsense. It must be a glitch in the system, a blip or something. How in the hell did Kirby Air Riders did not outsell Dogman Mission Impossible? How did it not outsell Bluey the video game? There has to be a mistake. It's no way. There's no way. So you're trying to tell me Nintendo Switch Sports sold more than that game? I don't know, man. I don't know. That's what they were saying. So, but FIFA still in the top spot. Mario Kart World still number 2. Black Ops 7 is number 3. Black Ops 7 outsold Pokemon ZA and Battlefield 6. There you go. Cyberpunk jumped from number 24 all the way up to number 6. Holy crap, there must have been a nice sale going on. You got the other usual suspects up here. Hogwarts Legacy, Donkey Kong Bonanza, Just Dance jumped a lot too. That must have been on sale. Claire Obscure dropped a little bit. You're looking at the game of the year, folks. I think that's game of the year. Minecraft just moved out of the top 10. Astrobot is number 12. And look at the rest of the list here. See if there's any surprise. There's Grand Theft Auto 5. Oh, wow. Gran Turismo 7 jumped from number 36 to 17 and outbeat Grand Theft Auto 5. Wow. There's been some big jumps this week in the land of the UK. And I always find it interesting what they play over there. Wow, F125 took a huge drop. Sonic Racing Crossroads is still in the top 40. Assassin's Creed Shadows stayed around the same. And then rounding out the rest, you see the rest of the games. Tekken 8's in there. Harry Potter Quidditch Champions. So you're trying to tell me that old freaking game, old as hell, beat out Kirby Air Riders? Come on now. No way. It's no way. But that's your top 40 over in the UK. Something's wrong with them over there. It says, yep, despite the latest Kirby game almost squeaking into the top 10 last week, the Switch 2 sequel has unfortunately slipped out the top completely. So maybe it just sold for 1 week and that's it. I don't know. It's not popular over there in the UK. All right, Turok 1 and Turok 2 have been updated, and they got some huge patch notes for the first one. Look at all this stuff they added to the game and increased and fixed. Yeah, they don't know what they're missing over there. Look at all these things they added and patched in Turok 1. I found something I see here very interesting in Turok 2. I don't remember this, but it says it has cross-play multiplayer. It's now functional. I don't remember cross-play multiplayer being in Turok 2. Mainly because it came out on the Nintendo Switch too. But by the way, my analog 3D is being delivered today, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to be playing some Nintendo 64 games today. I did a poll on my live stream yesterday, and people want to see Donkey Kong 64 over any other Nintendo 64 game that I have in my collection. I want to ask you two guys, what game would you like to see me play on Nintendo 64? Because the Nintendo 64 system being released today, the Analog 3D plays all the 64 games in stunning 4K, which is going to be really, really nice to see those games in that resolution. Very nice. So let me know what you guys think. Think back to that era. All right, Nintendo announces its 50th Maximus Cup event for Tetris 99 for Kirby Air Riders. We're going to take a look at the trailer. I did this with Donkey Kong. It was a lot of fun, though. This game is surprisingly good, man. Tetris 99. There is 99 people on the screen playing the game at once. It is true. It is true. But here we go. Let's take a look. Here are the 99 people. That's when you're playing against all these people right here. A lot of fun. But there you go. It starts December 4th and it'll go all the way through December 8th. So I'm going to log into that game. Before I load up one of my live streams in Metroid Prime 4 and knock that out while I can. Because once I get started, Ocarina of Time. Oh, okay. You know what? Ocarina of Time is a good one too. I did say it was going to be Ocarina of Time, but so many people were asking for Donkey Kong 64 yesterday. And I was shocked. I'm like, damn, why are you guys jonesing for Donkey Kong 64? I guess a lot of people played the hell out of that game. I don't know. Did it sell that well? I wasn't into news at that time. Let's do a comparison video of Red Dead Redemption on the Switch 1 and Switch 2 real quick. Let's see how this game is looking. We get to see. Here we go.
Hey everyone, Felix from Nintendo Life here, and Red Dead Redemption has...
Oh my God. Did you guys get the same thought that I had? He looked like the little short guy in the Game of Thrones. Didn't he look like him? Don't he look like him? The little guy? Peter Dinklage or whatever his name is. Oh my God, he looks just like him, man. That could be his brother or something. Right?
Felix from Nintendo Life here, and Red Dead Redemption has just gotten a Switch 2 edition. Now, if you already bought Red Dead Redemption on the Switch, this is a free upgrade. But to all of you who haven't bought it, how big is this upgrade really? Well, after having a little bit of time with it myself, it is quite staggering. And I think the best way to showcase this is just by doing a side-by-side comparison. So I've compiled a bit of varied footage. We have some horseback riding, some cutscenes, all of the sorts. So without further ado, let's just jump right into the comparison.
Come on then, Marson. Follow me.
Ooh.
Hello.
So who we looking for?
A bunch of two-bit hoodlums, led by this fella called Walton. Goddamn road agents who prey on the stages coming in and out of town. Drivers in Armadillo spend more time with their hands in the air than on the reins these days.
And you're happy to let them drink in your saloon?
Happy? No. But the way I figure it, better they're carousing in there than out robbing decent folk.
That's an interesting approach to law enforcement.
I do what I can, Mr. Marston. We ain't the government. There's the dumb rat bastard now. Let's follow him. See what kind of hole he crawls into. Yeah!
Let's go! If Walton's as bad as you say he is, why don't we just beef him now?
Oh
while
man,
we
that's a
got the
big
chance?
difference, bro.
Because that ain't how the law works.
Is that right, Marshal?
And alive, he can still talk.
Doesn't sound like he's a man to be reasoned with.
He ain't. But a few days of my hospitality and he'll be telling me what I need to know. Walton's gang's been growing fast.
Outlawing's easy money for easy work.
Cola Springs, Gap Tooth Bridge, these boys get around. Walton's the start, but there's plenty more where he came from. Come on.
Yeah, there's a big difference between 30 FPS and 60, man. You can see it.
Headed for Plesson's house. Let's stop so we can get a better look. Head for the crate, boy. I'll cover you. Watch out for that bastard behind the rock.
You ain't that tough, Walton.
Now get to that rock. I'll shoot you some space. There's another one behind the outhouse, boy. Damn you.
Oh my god, the cursor wasn't even on him. He shot him.
Take cover behind the outhouse. Careful, there may be more of them.
Just drop the gun. It ain't worth it.
There's two more of the bastards. Take them down, boy.
You're about to go meet your maker, and I doubt he's too happy with you.
Who's that woman you brought with you, Marshal? Stay close. Why do you make me suffer so?
Man, listen to this music, man. This is awesome.
That's Walton inside the house. Let's see if we can take him alive.
Not a bad shot, Mr. Marston. Why don't you check in with me next time you're in town?
I don't want to be no policeman, Marshal.
Nor did I, my friend. I can promise you that. I'll see you soon, Mr. Marston.
Yeah.
It makes you want to play the game, right? Don't it though? Oh man. What's going on with my mouse, man? Wow, I miss a Western, man.
20 to says yo, what's up, brother?
What's up, Arik? Wow, I am in the mood, man, for a Western game. This is really good. Oh my God. I didn't beat this game. I'm seeing all kind of stuff I've never seen before. Look at that freak.
You must be John Marston.
Sometimes.
I'm Jake. Your friends from Blackwater hired me to guide you.
They ain't my friends, but pleased to meet you, Jake.
I got the horses saddled up and ready out front.
You might be right, but I doubt it.
Well, if that is all, good day to you too.
Let's get this done quick. You ain't gonna find sturdier horses than these in all of New Austin.
Come on.
Easy on the spurs now. We don't need to draw undue attention. Tell us, Fort Mercer, you want to visit?
That's right.
Ain't taking nobody up to the fort in a long time. Strange place for a decent fella to want to visit, if you don't mind me saying.
I might have to
Who
pick
said
this
I
up for
was a decent
Christmas.
fella?
It's been abandoned for years now. Folks say it was built during the Mexican War. What kinds of soldiers around back then?
Why'd they leave?
Well, I ain't entirely sure. I heard they had to go up north to fight Indians, or maybe they got tired of being soldiers and went looking for gold. You know how things is. So what are you doing up at the fort?
I'm looking for an old friend.
Well, like I says, you ain't gonna find many folk around those parts these days. Those you do find are about as sociable as an ulcerated back tooth. I mean, I ain't one to judge a man by the company he keeps, but...
Well, he ain't been friends for a long time. Bill! Bill, I've come for you! Bill Williamson! Come out here right now!
Go away now, John. Don't make me kill you.
Nobody needs to kill anyone, Bill.
You must think I was born yesterday. You always did think I was an idiot.
That ain't fair, Bill. You were as my brother. I've come to try to save you.
Oh. Do I look like I need saving?
Bill, please. They want to kill us all. I can help you.
Well, you never tried to save me before. You only seemed to save yourself.
Bill, I implore you think about this.
You implore me? You implore me.
Do you know what that means?
You always were one for fancy words.
Yep. Look at that.
Oh. Well, things are different now, John. Now I'm in charge. No more Dutch. And no more you. Implores. I implores you to go back and tell them to send someone just a little bit more impressive next time.
Well?
Oh. Poor John.
Ooh. Wow. Damn. What happened after that? I guess I have to play the game to find out, man. Oh my God, man. That was really good, man. I am freaking impressed with this. Wow, that is Red Dead Redemption 2 playing on the Nintendo Switch 2. So pick yourself up a copy today. If you want to play that amazing looking game, I did not know I was in the mood to play something like that. Now I know. All right, Nintendo today has updated its mobile app with a new Donkey Kong theme. So get in, download the update, check out the new Donkey Kongness that you can enjoy with this new update. Remember, you can download this on your iOS phone, from the Apple Store or through the Play Store if you're on Android like myself. All right, Switch 2 exclusive Dragon Drive scores the second major update. Here's what's included. So I bought the game and never loaded it up. I was excited after doing the Global Jam. So I don't know what else they added to the game. They got all these things they say. They added this new mode called survival tag. And I never played it. So I need to jump into this game, see all the content that they added to it. I did say the game could have been much more if they just added more modes and gave it some more love before it came out. But the game was $19.99 when it released. It showcases the Nintendo Switch controls, and it was a hell of a lot of fun in the Global Jam. And I don't know why I just never loaded up and play it. I just been busy, guys. I've been busy. But take a look at this game. You might like it as much as I did during that Global Jam event. All right, Pokemon Legends. ZA receives its new and its next mystery code. The event is live now on the Nintendo Switch 2. And we are going to take a look at what is bringing, man. Remember, the new DLC is coming out here real soon. If I remember correctly, I think it's the 11th or the 13th. There's so many things coming out in the next 10 days, which is staggering. But yeah, let's take a look at this real quick. That's my boy. So there we go. We got the new season that just started. So it looks like this is, you got new Mega Stones that you can collect. So let's get in, guys. Let's get this done. Greninjite was done. Delphosite. They look like, I can't pronounce these names, man. But you got this next one here. And we got another one coming up here real soon. There we go. So the mystery gift code event, log in today and take care of it. You also got this news with this event as well. Pokemon Legends ZA DLC has introduced a new type of Mega Evolution. So we're going to look at this trailer as well and see what's going on. I'm very excited about all this information that they're giving us for Pokemon Legends Z. I just wish there was Terra Raid events, man, but or some type of thing like that you could play with people and y'all could take down some Mega Evolutions. But here we go. This is some more information on this DLC. Mega Lucario. I want to make sure you saw this. There's a new extra side mission in the game that you would be able to play as well, to be able to meet and get Mewtwo. So we do have a mission. We got to get in and do it. Now, I didn't have the name of the mission that we got to go through to be able to get Mewtwo. Let me see if I can find out for you guys real quick. I did read it earlier. The specific mission. Yeah, the DLC will be out on December 10th. I wanted to make sure you guys know that. So we only got like 8 days before this DLC hits live. And I think in this article here, it tells us the name of the actual mission. It's called Project M. So look for side mission Project M on your screen and knock that out and pick up Mewtwo. All right, Metroid Prime 4 Beyond credits reveal a plethora of assist devs, including next level games. So all these developers actually had a hand in developing this game. Besides, Retro Studios heading away, you never know. Some people have their favorite, development teams out there, studios and all that stuff. But this next level games team is the same team that helped create Metroid Prime Federation Force. So they brought that team back to help out with this, which is really cool. So here's all these teams. So there was a big team that made this game. So I'm very happy about that. So I can't wait to see how this game plays. We'll be playing that game hopefully tomorrow night because I'm West Coast. And our 24-hour stream is happening here real soon, ladies and gentlemen. I'm looking forward to it. All right. This is the end of the show. We're going to sit back and relax and look at this tech review of Metroid Prime 4 on the Switch 2. This is what this stream was all about. It pointed toward this moment. Let's chill, sit back, grab yourself, like I said, some coffee or whatever you need. And this is a 20-minute video. Let's take a look at everything that they got going on as far as their opinions of Metroid Prime 4. I don't trust any of these other sites. I totally trust Digital Foundry. I've never disagreed with one of their reviews because they're not paid by any of this nonsense. And they're not trying to look for clickbait for people to go to their site. They give very good reviews and based on the tech and how the game runs and all that stuff. So let's take a look at this, everybody, and enjoy. And then after this, we'll be heading out of here. But thank you guys for joining me and watching this with me together. Thank you.
There's a moment early in Metroid Prime 4 that perfectly encapsulates what makes this series so special. You squeeze through a narrow passage tangled with overgrown vegetation. The door slides open, the score swells, and suddenly you're standing before a breathtaking vista. It's here that the spark ignites, that unmistakable sense of wonder and curiosity, the urge to push forward and uncover the mysteries ahead. This is Metroid Prime. And crucially, the magic remains intact. Despite concerns raised in some previews, I'm delighted to say that Retro Studios has delivered. After years of anticipation, Metroid Prime 4 is finally here, a first-person action adventure that arrives both on the original Switch and Switch 2 with striking visuals, fluid performance, and thoughtful design. It also marks Retro Studios' first original release in over a decade, making this moment all the more significant. It's worth remembering just how long the road has been. The game was first announced back in 2017, mere months after the launch of the original Switch. Development began under Bandai Namco, but the project was ultimately rebooted with Retro Studios taking full control. The result is the Metroid Prime 4 we have today, a game that feels both familiar and fresh in all the best ways. So let's dig in. Today we'll explore the game's visuals, the performance profile, its audio, and what you can expect from the game itself, not to mention discussion about the top-tier HDR presentation. While Metroid Prime 4 is a cross-generation release, shipping on both Switch and Switch 2, we'll be focusing on the Switch 2 edition for this video, as we don't yet have access to the game on original Switch hardware. So let's go ahead and dive in. Like its predecessors, the experience begins with a beautifully crafted menu system. Smooth, video-driven backgrounds echo the game's themes. It's a subtle but defining touch unique to the series, and I'm thrilled to see it return. My only real gripe is that
honestly, this is big. Every Metroid game had an amazing freaking home screen, guys. Fans of the series know this. I am geeking out right now. Yes.
giant Switch 2 edition banner proudly displayed on the title screen itself. Push forward, however, and the moment you step into the game world, it's clear Retro has built something truly special. The visual design is meticulous, atmospheric, and unmistakably Metroid Prime. Much like prior entries, Prime 4 opens with a major event, in this case an attack on a research station. You encounter a mix of allies and enemies as you fight your way through the facility, culminating in a brief boss battle. Defeating it triggers a cutscene, where a mysterious artifact transports Samus to another world, and from here, the true adventure begins. The game establishes its structure within the first hour or so. While Metroid Prime 3 split its campaign across multiple planets, Prime 4 returns to a single interconnected setting, anchored by a vast desert hub. It's evocative of Zelda Ocarina of Time or Shadow of the Colossus, large enough to feel imposing, yet deliberately constrained, serving as the atmospheric glue binding the world together. Your primary objective is to locate 5 keys hidden across 5 distinct biomes. Each delivers its own visual identity and atmosphere, giving Retro's artists ample room to showcase their craft. This area variety is a clear strength here. Fury Green is centered around a towering tree stretching towards the heavens with gorgeous ruins of alien architecture offset by lush plant life and flowing water. Volt Forge, the second area, then boasts architecture reminiscent of Ridley Scott's Prometheus, with 3 towering spires linked together by suspended skyways. A persistent rainstorm soaks the architecture in water, leading to beautiful reflective effects. A third area, then, leads you deep underground, where an abandoned medical facility lies entombed in ice, before you work your way back to the surface after thawing it out, dispatching the experiments that have gone wrong. Technically speaking, the game appears to run on Retro Studios' in-house engine, likely evolved from the one used in Metroid Prime Remastered. As with past titles, the focus here is not on bleeding-edge rendering techniques, rather on pristine design paired with high frame rates. Textures and materials are richly detailed with convincing specular highlights. World geometry mixes rugged, natural stone with sleek, otherworldly materials. There's beautiful lighting and shadow effects that were never possible in earlier Metroid Prime games, while animation and camera work remain a highlight. One of my favorite things about the Prime series are the visor effects, and Metroid Prime 4 does a nice job updating them for a modern era. For instance, I love how rain droplets bead across Samus's visor, instantly grounding it as a pane of glass between her eyes and the world. Look closer and you'll spot a similar effect applied to her metallic arm cannon. In colder regions, the visor's edges frost over, while her arm cannon gathers delicate ice crystals.
Beautiful.
Step indoors from the snow and you'll even catch stray snowflakes striking the visor briefly before melting away. A subtle, beautiful touch. Pulling up the area map reveals another flourish, Samus's face briefly reflected in the visor. Did you see it? Let's look again.
There it is.
Yeah, details like these basically elevate the presentation, layering intimacy and realism. And of course, the world itself also brims with similar touches. Much like your visor, rain can be observed streaking down glass used in various structures. while screen space God rays, a once ubiquitous technique, punctuate the atmosphere with striking effect. They also leverage old school billboard textures and other similar techniques to sort of fill in the space. Basically a simple visual technique with a very low performance impact that's implemented very well. When driving across the desert then, not only does your bike leave trails in the sand, independently for the front and back wheels by the way, but the wheels themselves very carefully track changes in the terrain in a way that feels very visually satisfying. The point here is that the technology used in this game is not boundary pushing, but that's okay. The actual results themselves are truly beautiful. Retro Studios has once again prioritized artistry and performance over novelty, and the outcome is a timeless presentation just as with the original Metroid Prime back in 2002, which if you recall launched around the same time as Tom Clancy's Splinter Cell, which was pushing all these brand new techniques, yet I'd say it's Metroid Prime that has aged more gracefully. So I keep coming back to this focus on technical performance, right? But what does it actually mean in practice? Well, at least on Switch 2, the game offers two distinct modes. You're asked to choose one when you first boot up the game, though you can switch at any time. The options are straightforward on paper. You get 4K at 60 frames per second, or 1080p at 120. But as always, the reality is a little more nuanced. Starting with the 4K 60 mode, I was slightly confused off the bat when it comes to pixel counting. You see, typically you look for sharp, obvious edges, and Samus's visor provides exactly that. The edges measure at native 4K, yet the surrounding world doesn't appear quite as sharp. So I found another edge, and that gave me a different result, 20 out of 30 steps, resulting in 1440p. The explanation? The visor surrounding the screen is rendered separately and composited into the main scene. In fact, those edges might even be 2D elements. It's actually a little difficult to tell. There is at least some lighting applied to it, but it could just be an overlay. However, because the visor is always on screen, your eyes kind of perceive the overall image as being sharper than it actually is. Anti-aliasing then is handled by SMAA, and the results are surprisingly great. There's no temporal AA, and the developers largely avoid low-resolution buffers, so the image retains a uniform sharpness. From a typical viewing distance, it genuinely does read like a native 4K image, even though it's very much 1440p. There's a slight interpolation visible, but it's very sharp. The best image quality I've seen from a Nintendo game on Switch 2 thus far. But there's another option, the 120Hz mode, and this one drops the resolution all the way down to 1080p, and this includes things like HUD elements, which are native 4K in the other mode. So naturally, everything is a bit softer. Even so, I'd argue that the presentation remains sharp enough. In fact, at 1080p, it's still significantly sharper and clearer than Metroid Prime Remastered was on the original Switch, by a significant margin even. So while you're trading resolution for fluidity, it doesn't actually feel like that large of a sacrifice. And this is doubly true because image quality is the only real trade-off. The performance mode does deliver the same visual fidelity as quality mode. There's no obvious difference here. I was happy to sacrifice a touch of clarity for sheer fluidity. 120 frames per second is fantastic for a first-person action game like this. And thankfully, when the developers promise 120 frames per second, they actually mean it in this case. This is not just an uncapped, fluctuating VRR style mode. The game actually does lock to 120 and holds it with complete consistency. Well, almost. You see, while all the dungeon-like areas were completely locked, I did notice some occasional, very tiny little dips when exploring the open world. When I say tiny, I mean just a couple dropped frames here or there, not actual sustained dips. It's very, very minor, I'd say. And all of this applies equally to the 60Hz mode, by the way. The main areas you explore, all flawless, but the open world, again, you get these tiny little disturbances on the frame time graph. It's so small that I really only picked up on this after benchmarking it with our tools. So yeah, the 60Hz mode, also smooth. But of course, motion clarity inevitably suffers at lower frame rates, which is why I usually use black frame insertion in such cases. And I don't mind that compromise, but BFI does slightly dim the image, which in this case turned out to be less than ideal. Why, you ask? The HDR. Yes, until now I'd argue that HDR has been a disappointment on Switch 2. The internal screen isn't true HDR to begin with, and docked games have generally struggled to make use of the feature. Kirby Air Riders, most recently, is downright shocking in how poor its HDR implementation really is. Prime 4, however, is a completely different story. For my money, this is one of the finest HDR presentations I've seen in years, standing shoulder to shoulder with the very best. The development team clearly understands the potential of HDR and has taken full advantage of it. Heck, I wanted to produce this video in HDR, but the Switch's HDR output doesn't cooperate with my capture equipment, so unfortunately, you'll just have to use your imagination. And that's actually where it really hit me, jumping back into the game playing in HDR after recording it in SDR really showed me just how large of a difference there really is. Highlights blaze with eye-searing intensity, while shadows remain deep and rich, creating spectacular dynamic range. For those on LG OLEDs, I highly recommend switching to HGIG mode rather than dynamic tone mapping, which I typically rely on for Switch 2 stuff due to the subpar results. When using it, the impact is truly transformative. HDR genuinely reshapes the atmosphere of the game, making a huge leap forward. If you own a capable set, you absolutely owe it to yourself to experience this in HDR. Alas, unsurprisingly, portable mode does not fare as well. The screen simply cannot reproduce HDR convincingly. The brightness and uniform backlight just can't get it done. And its sluggish response time means that even at 120 Hz, lateral motion appears smeared. On top of that, portable mode drops to 720p when running in 120 mode, while quality mode seems to be mostly around 1080p. Image quality really isn't a problem in portable mode, but the motion and HDR issues definitely are visible. This is, of course, no fault of the game itself, however, just a commentary on the hardware experience. Of course, another technical aspect I'd like to quickly discuss here are the loading times, as I feel they're handled very well. So if you go back to the prior games, the whole idea was to hide loading behind either animation sequences or door opening sequences. And it works exactly like those first three games in this new one. But the actual reaction time of doors opening and whatnot is much quicker than it was before. You'll never find yourself getting stuck waiting for a door to open up after you've shot it. So that's another improvement in favor of Metroid Prime 4. So yeah, when it comes to the overall quality of the presentation, Prime 4 really does stand out as, in my opinion at least, one of the best looking games on Switch 2. It shows that cutting edge techniques alone are not enough, and building your art around a spec designed to offer fast performance and consistency is equally important. I love advanced rendering features, of course, but it's not always the right solution, especially on a game that needs to run on the Switch 1. How well it runs on Switch 1 though still remains to be seen, but hopefully we'll find out soon enough. Speaking of hardware though, Prime 4 does take advantage of some key Switch 2 features as well. The most obvious one is, of course, support for the mouse. Prime 4 allows you to use the Joy-Con as a mouse, with the other for movement and jumping. When sat at a desk, it does work better than I expected. Sure, the relative thinness and use of the shoulder buttons feels a little bit strange as a mouse, but you get used to it. And if you're gonna use this mode, I recommend playing at 120 Hz as it makes the game feel way more responsive. So what about the sound then? This is another area I always like to discuss in my reviews, and in the case of Metroid, it's doubly important. Much of Metroid's atmosphere has always leaned on the sound, so they had to get it right. The result? Pretty good overall, but not quite reaching the heights of the original Metroid Prime. Now, on the tech side of things, it does actually take full advantage of multi-channel surround sound, which the Switch is capable of, which is a huge plus. Discrete channels add a lot to the soundscape and help immerse you in the world. Sound effects are also spot on, very reminiscent of the older games, yet still feeling a bit fresh. The soundtrack, however, is what I value most in any Metroid game, and what we have here is somewhat variable. So when the themes kick in, the results are tremendous. I've used the Fury Green track for some of this video, and I think it's absolutely amazing. The same goes for various other themes throughout the game as well, but Metroid Prime 4 leans very heavily on ambiance. It's not a bad thing, mind you, but it also means that there's fewer memorable tunes in the game due to leaning on such ambient music and sound. I'm about halfway through the game at the time of writing, but I definitely feel it could have used a few more memorable tunes. Still, overall, it's well done, and when it hits great. So what about the action then? Well, at its core, the controls, movement, combat, and platforming feel spot on, like a direct continuation of the series lineage.
I'm watching a review of Metroid Prime 4.
Would be familiar with concerns about the new helper character, Miles McKenzie, but his role is a lot less intrusive than expected. Most of the game is in fact still played in isolation. Miles sets up a base in Fury Green and then largely stays there, rarely interrupting comms, which is a good thing. What previews did not reveal, however, is that you encounter other survivors as well, who then join Miles at camp while you continue on your adventure. These characters appear briefly in cutscenes with some occasional dialogue, but never to an annoying degree, and in fact you kind of come to like them over time. Compare this to Metroid Prime 3's lengthy introduction with the constant chatter. This really is a non-issue. It doesn't fully recapture the complete solitude of Prime 1 or 2, but it smartly rolls back many of the third game's choices and is stronger for it. Now, the level design is also strong, with complex, multi-tiered environments packed with secrets that often require power-ups to uncover on return trips. The only downside is they're not quite as tightly woven as in the first game. The desert area, for instance, feels more like Ocarina of Time's Hyrule Field. It's the connective tissue between all the different areas, as opposed to having the areas sort of overlap. It's less disruptive than Prime 3's ship mechanics, but still diminishes that sense of ultra-tight integration. Still, overall, while it doesn't reach the heights of the original, I'm very happy with Metroid Prime 4 overall as a massive fan of the series. In fact, it might be my second favorite
Metroid,
in the
baby.
series, depending on how
Tron looks like Metroid.
It somehow manages to feel like a game made for a different time and place. It's evocative and special. And when it comes to the technical presentation on Switch 2, it's basically faultless. If that sounds interesting to you, then I encourage you, give it a shot.
There we go. That is Digital Foundry's review of Metroid Prime 4. Pretty good. Had a lot of positives to say about it. Very few negatives, to be honest with you. It's kind of like what I was hoping for and expected.
Looks like Halo Ingle.
No, Halo looks like Metroid. Everything looks like Metroid. Metroid is the GOAT. Sorry to say that. Got to be truthful and honest with you. But yeah, that is the review. This is my next 24-hour stream. I will be starting this game out sometime tomorrow, depending on when Nintendo will allow it to unlock. And we will begin our 24-hour session on the planet of Vuros.
Halo is better.
Metroid is king. Metroid is king. Metroid is life. Okay? Metroid is the way
Evan
to go.
says first review I've seen from them. I love how in-depth they go.
Yeah, I see. That's what I'm saying. They the only ones, the reviews that I will look at. These other reviewers, like I said, they want clickbait. They want to say this nonsense. Remember those previews. Remember how everybody was harping on the freaking chatter from the, the extra character in the game. And I told you, to me, it brought more life to the game. It wasn't bad. It didn't suck. They made such a big deal out of it for clickbait. And that's why I can't watch these other people. Their reviews are the best.
Josiah Ho Naked says I played Halo to Halo 3 Halo for Halo Reach, Halo 5 I've played a lot.
I played Metroid, Metroid 2, Metroid 3, Metroid 4, Metroid 5, Metroid 7, Metroid Prime 1, 2, and 3, Metroid Federation. I played all the Metroids. I beat you. Metroid has more games, better games, sold more. It's the GOAT. I will one up you every time.
Says, said more.
Yes, exactly. Metroid is king. Halo took things from Metroid. Metroid was out first. They've said that. Halo was inspired by Metroid. Sorry to bust your bubble. Again, Metroid is king. No, Metroid is queen. There we go, man. There we go. You heard this here first. All right. It is
Josiah Ho Naked says Halo Infinite is out too. I still haven't played it yet.
Well, that's fine. They said it was going to last for 10 years. It only lasted 4. They just made the announcement. So it didn't even make halfway to what they said it was going to do. So sorry again. They said it was a 10-year project. It only lasted 4. So sorry. And the reviews were not that great. But anyway, back to Metroid month. This is December 2nd. This is the second day in Metroid month. And I'm excited to be playing this game for you guys on a 24-hour stream. We're going to have a fantastic time. We are going to enjoy ourselves on the land of Vuros. We got our amiibos ready to go. I got my Metroid steel plaque here next to me. We got
Josiah Ho Naked says if Metroid is queen, then Halo is king.
No. Metroid is even better. Metroid is king and queen. Metroid is sold more. Metroid has more fans. Metroid is a better series. Halo's back here. Metroid's up here. Sorry to say it, man. Sorry to say it. I played Metroid first on the NES back in 1985. Many, many, many years before Halo came out, because Halo was inspired by Metroid. Just so you'll know. For the third time, I just have to let you know that. But anyway, gotta school this young buck.
Naked says 1985 dang.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to tell you. You gotta listen to what I'm trying to say to you. Halo was inspired from Metroid. If Metroid never came out, you would probably have never seen a Halo game. Bow down to the king and the queen of sci-fi gaming for a second and recognize what Metroid is, young buck. Metroid is king and queen of this kingdom. For the fourth time.
Naked says 2006 I was born and feel young now.
Yeah, you are young, but you're getting schooled in the world of Metroid. You need do some research and you will find, oh my God, Halo was actually inspired from Metroid. Okay? Do it. Do yourself a favor. And then you will understand who is king and queen of this kingdom in this house. It's Metroid. But anyway, that is all I got for now. I take care. I'll see you guys later on today. I am about to head out and do some things. We'll be back for my TikTok live stream on Tech and Gadgets at around 1:30 in about 2 hours. All right. You guys take care. See you soon and see you in the next one. The countdown is on to the 24-hour stream of Metroid Prime 4 Beyond. I'm excited and can't wait to do it. See you guys soon. Have a nice day and